Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're looking at propositions, truth tables, and conjunctions. So proposition is any statement. It has to be a statement that's either true or false. So some examples are Kuala Lumpur is the capital of Malaysia. All cats have tails. Even a mathematical statement like 7 is greater than 4 is a proposition because it's either true or false. Okay, some examples that are not propositions are go get a book, so that they can't call that true or false, so it's not a proposition, and have you a question like have you seen my new t-shirt. So proposition is a statement that is either true or false. We often use the variables or the letters P, Q, and R to represent propositions, and whether it's true or false is called its truth value. Okay, there's two possibilities, true or false. And the negation of a proposition, P, is called not P, and we use this little symbol right here for not P. So find the negation of the following propositions. The negation of this one, the not P we'll call it, is today is not Saturday. Okay, now next one, all mammals respire. You might be tempted to say not all mammals respire, but it's actually all mammals do not respire. Okay, so if you get confused about that, remember that the not always comes before the verb in the sentence. Next, the glass is full. You might be tempted to say the glass is empty, but you should say the glass is not full. Okay, next we're going to look at some truth tables. And here we have the proposition P and we have not P. So if P is true, then not P is false. And if P is false, then not P is true. They can't both be true, or they can't both be false. They have to be basically opposites of each other. So like for example, we have find the negation of P if P equals X is a prime number. So in this case, not P is going to be X is not a prime number. Okay, X is not a prime number. You could also say, actually we can say that in part B, describe the set not P. So not P is the set of all things that are not prime numbers, so we would say composite numbers and 0 and 1 are also not prime. And composite numbers like 4 and 6 and 8, those are not prime numbers, so we don't need to write that. But composite numbers 0, and 1 are not prime numbers. Now, we can combine propositions, which makes compound propositions using connectives. So these are just the connectives. So like, well, you can write them in words like not and or and things like that. And we have symbols for them as well. So the truth value, or the truth or falsity of a compound statement is dependent on the truth or falsity of the individual propositions. Alright, so conjunction is formed when two propositions are joined by and. So conjunction is a fancy word for and here's the symbol for it. So if you see this, this means P and Q. Alright, and here's the Venn diagram for P and Q. So all the things that are in P and Q are at the intersection of P and Q. So in this example, write the conjunctions, so that's the and statements of the propositions. John studies English, Juan studies Spanish. So the conjunction is P and Q is John studies English and Juan studies Spanish. just stick an and in between the two. And the next one, the same thing. You just have Rebecca has red hair and Carla has black hair. Okay, so that's the and symbol. And here's a truth table for and. This is all in your formula booklet as well. So notice with the combination of P and Q, there's 4 possibilities. You could have P is true, Q is true, or P is true and Q is false, and so forth. So you have false true and false false. So with two propositions, you'll always have 4 total possibilities, right? So let's look at when this is true or false. P and Q is only true if P is true and Q is true. So it's true here, and it's false in all other cases. So that's the truth table for and. A conjunction is true when both original propositions are true. Find the truth values of the propositions and conjunction below. London is the capital of England. Cardiff is the capital of Wales. So you always start off with, when you have 2 propositions, you can do true true, true false, false true, false false. And in here it's the same thing. So it's true only if they're both true, false, false, false. So in this case, this statement, P and Q, London is the capital of England and Cardiff, is actually true because London is the capital of England and Cardiff is the capital of Wales. So the statement P and Q in this case is true. So let's look at the second one. Again, it's just actually the same truth table as above. It's exactly the same, right? Truth table just shows all the possibilities and how to determine if this is true or false. So in this case, London is the capital of England, true, and Cardiff is the capital of France. That's false. So we have TF, and so in this case we're looking at this situation. P is true, Q is false, so the whole statement is false.